it should work perfectly.
Mm.
And I think clients, or whatever those may be, would be a lot happier because they would see that people are genuine in their intentions. I don't know, because it's hard. It's not one picture, is it? It's going to be a moving picture, and it's going to be lots of different scenarios and lots of different people involved. But as long as the underlying ethos is concerned, and as long as that sticks and is what everybody, I guess a way of working, isn't it? Then it should be fantastic.
Exactly. That's the whole concept, isn't it? Because if you've got this cooking pot of a community that are working within the culture, then they're taken out and they're working with a client over here who maybe doesn't have this culture.
Yeah.
If it goes wrong, or should I say when it goes wrong, because quite often there are mistakes that happen, or there's something that's not quite right, or they're challenging or taking on something that's bigger than they anticipated. If there are issues along the way, when you've got that strong culture, you forgive each other and you move on and you create something better. When you haven't got that culture, somebody will throw their toys out of the pram and they'll disappear and everything kind of collapses in and dissolves, and it's no good for anybody.
Yes.
So understanding how to pull together when it goes wrong
is the most important thing.
And understanding that when it goes wrong is the best thing, because that's when you're learning and that's when you find a better way to do something, rather than go, oh, this is what we've always done, let's do this again. The client doesn't get the best from you unless you are pushing the envelope, for want of a better expression.
Also working together. I think there's lots of people don't necessarily understand how different industries could work together, or indeed how people work. And I think it's also about managing expectation. If you're open and there's being, I always think that clients will never really understand how much we do for them until something goes really wrong. But in reality, the client, if they're coming to you for something, they should never see that. You're there to protect them and to not govern the process, basically to kind of grease the wheels and make it work. I
was at a convention in the States about 9-10 years ago, a while back, and the speaker was Wolf Hengst, and Wolf Hengst was the CEO of Four Seasons Hotel. And he talks about the challenges of running that kind of hotel. He said, and the key thing is if you're running an organisation whose, if you like, primary offering is invisible, because great service is invisible. Yeah. You don't know, and you don't know that you don't know what went on to get you what you got. You just know when it's not invisible. It's you see all the wheels the wheels flying off, and you see the problems with it. And quite often. In fact, I was talking to a client today, he's in the trades. And he kind of, that penny really dropped for him. I said, because, the trades, they turn up and they go, oh, loads of traffic and the last client this, and we didn't time the part. And you kind of getting all this drama. And all you want to know is just turn up and fix my, whatever it is, have that happen. And I was speaking to a prospect today. And he said, I've been introduced to you by someone quite high level, heavy, high level hitter type of thing. So it's like just a friend going, oh, you need to speak to John. This is like someone who's gone, I think they, you put us in touch, right? And I said, I know a bit about your situation, but I don't know too much. Why am I talking? He goes, well, I think I've already sorted it out. I've got someone in mind. Well, that's great, no problem. That's fine. No problem at all. He says, well, tell me what is it you do? I think minute and a half. He goes, can we book an appointment? Can you come to our offices next week? And it was the dynamic or the collaborative consultancy offering. And within that, whatever he had a need for, we had something. And I think he picked up on HR, funny enough. He says, yeah, we do have a bit of a HR issue, but the HR issue could be a function of, I don't know, leadership or communication or morale. It could be another, you've got a HR issue because people are not happy probably, right? Yeah. And going in as a multidisciplinary approach is something that whoever we talk to, we can solve a problem. Yeah. What is your pain? What is your problem? So you need to raise mortgage. You need to do this. You need to. What happens to get a strap line? What's your problem? Or what are you looking at? Do you know one of our early strap lines was, we played with this, was we have friends in the right places.
You were playing.
I liked it anyway. I still like it. I think that's the way to go. But it was kind of like, it's like, it's like, I think I like the metaphor of the Harrods or Selfridges. Like you go in there and they'll have something for everybody. whether you want to spend a lot of money on jewelry or you want to buy a little bit of whatever, the whole gamut. But as soon as you walk through the door, there's a culture and a value wrapping all the products and services.
Yeah, so something for everybody without necessarily trying to be everything to everyone.
No, and I think if someone comes to me with we have a trump card called context. So almost like whatever they've got, context is key. So we've got a way of helping them. But if someone said to me, I need a VAT specialist, blah blah blah, and we don't have one in the community, or we don't have anyone we readily know, I could put a shout out to the community and say, hey, do we have a VAT specialist that deals with international transactions? Introduce them to me, and then they'll go through the process. The process, if you like. I don't know the word, but yeah. But it's kind of like we can attract more talent because there's a need for it. How would you say 2019 is going to, in what areas would you like to grow within the community in 2019? Because we did an exercise, didn't we, at the end of the year? We talked about failures, regrets, breakdowns. We talked about successes in last year, and then we talked about what you want to, who you acknowledge. But we also talked about what areas do you want to have breakthroughs in next year. What do you think would be very valuable for you that you could source through the community in some way?
I think learning how to get people to work more collaboratively, faster. Because I think every time we have a conversation with people about working together in a more human being friendly way, it does sink in a little bit. But it'd be really great if there was a kind of a magic pill that you could send them over where they got it.
Now you talk in my language, right? So the Be Inspired program, Discover Your Genius, was and is a aid to that. Because if we're going to operate from our genius, we're going to transform from fear, scarcity, competition to love, connection, abundance, and operate from what is our natural genius. Yeah, that means I can be free in the moment with you, and you can be free in the moment with me, given that we have completely disparate skills, completely different. Skills sit behind the human being, not the other way around.
They don't. In most conversations, they don't, because people are playing a role, or they're playing what they think somebody wants to hear.
Exactly. I mean, I can get that about the legal profession as well. Yeah. Because there's a lot of hubris in, and I'm generalising heavily, but my experience of law-related individuals is that they want to dominate it, or they want to pull rank, or there's that kind of.
Yeah.
So would it be useful for you to have somebody like a solicitor within the community that you could build a relationship with that would be able to support you as you work with clients?
Yeah, we already have a couple that we're working with in that vein anyway.
But do you know them in the same?
No, we don't. Not through the network. No.
But not so much the network. But do you have the same relationship that we try to build within the community?
Not to the same depth.
So do you think it might be useful to invite them along to see if they would be interested in getting involved, so you get to see them?
That was a good sales pitch.
I knew exactly where she was going with that. But the thing is, just going back to the Be Inspired, you've not done the Be Inspired program, have you?
No, that's a Saturday thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, no.
Saturdays I was about to swear. But I didn't.
Well done.
I caught myself. So, but that is something we really look at. And the societal influences, because there's nature-nurture argument. You talk about your family experience and being a twin and moving, and then there's all the big stuff, the big stuff that we don't really have much say about. And we knew that putting people in a room together, great people in a room, there was still conditioning that had to be dealt with. And Be Inspired for us was an aid to in empowering individuals in respect to that.
Yep.
Plus, on top of that, we do have the art and practice of collaboration being made available next year. So that is something that we'll be putting as an online course, workshop, those kind of things. So we've kind of got it bubbling under. But you're right, a magic pill would be lovely. But understanding who you need to work collaboratively with within your industry, and then pulling those people into an organisation like BeCollaboration in order to generate a deeper, more authentic.
That's the hard bit. I think they genuinely, unless they have, I think they need to have a need to do it, but they also more importantly have to have a want to do it.
Yeah.
They've got to be people who actually want to do it, because otherwise you just don't get anywhere.
Well, I think where we're at, we are at some early stages in terms of collaboration. I think, you being a business coach for how long and a business owner, people want magic pills, if you like. It's a good example of what's going to help sort some of their problems out. One is always being marketing. Everybody wants marketing. Because if I get some more business, then that'll solve all the problems. Now, my experience, you get more business, it's like alcohol to an alcoholic. It just it makes the problems bigger, because more money, more clients is more just amplifies the issues that are already in the business.
Yes.
So to me, I think we're going to see, I'm going to predict this over the next 2-3 years, is a new heightened appreciation for how collaboration can empower organisations and results. Not just a nice to have, but actually it's a critical skill that at the moment is very much not understood. So you say collaboration, we need sales and marketing. And I think through collaboration and working collaboratively with context, we can create breakthrough results that get you more sales. We can create breakthrough results that align your team. We get breakthrough results that can create collaborative engagement between, different sets of people, whoever they are.
I agree.
Yeah. And I think that is an emerging consciousness, because it's not readily understood out there. And I think that's something we're going to be pioneering a lot more, and want to be a lot more visible in the world in terms of the benefits and the advantages that collaboration brings to people's businesses and lives. Because I think if you think collaboratively, you can't let people out in traffic, and then you may just take care of your family in a different way, because it's a very generous space to be in. And if we're in competition, you can't be collaborative. You're too busy protecting or defending or justifying something, as opposed to, hey, David, how are we going to make that happen? And how do you see that happening? Do you think that might be a problem, rather than trying to prove you wrong? So we're excited. We're very excited about it.
I think the current world is predicated on making people wrong. I mean, look at current politics. And if you saw, Jeremy Corbyn's been on TV today, and he did, bless him, say that, Theresa May is in a very difficult position and I don't envy her. It's like, well, why do you want to be Prime Minister then? But politics as a general is I'm right, you're wrong. And it's all very black and white. And life isn't like that.
Yeah.
Life is all colours of the rainbow. Everything in between.
We're getting close. We're nearly done. Anything else you'd like to say, David? Anything we've missed?
No, not particularly.
Do you have any pets?
I have a cat.
I want to ask about your family. Tell me about your children.
Yeah.
I have 2 children. I have a 1-year-old boy called Xander, 1.5, and a 6-year-old daughter called Saffron.
Lovely.
Saffron. What pretty names.
Lovely name.
Oh.
Xander.
16.
And what does Saffron think of her brother?
She's only recently stopped trying to kill him, actually. Interesting. We've had plastic bags. We've had things around his neck, pillows on his head. I think now she's realised that it's her little brother, and she's quite protective.
Bless. What's the cat's name?
She didn't want to have him in the house.
Yeah, I can understand it. She was kingpin, wasn't she? So he got in the way.
Yeah, and at the age of 6, that's quite later on to have
it's quite a big day in her world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lifetime, isn't it? And what about the cat? What's the cat's name?
Cat's name's Farouche.
Farouche.
Cool.
Farouche.
Does he wear a cape?
I don't know. Cat will be getting in its box to come to France, surely.
Oh, you take it with them. That's handy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you're getting ready to head off to France, from what I understand.
I will be shortly. What time is it? Yeah, no, a couple of hours.
And how do you travel to France? Do you drive over, or do you?
Yeah. Jump in the car.
Jump in the car straight down.
I've got a quick question. I wrote it down. I forgot to ask earlier. Mortgages, residential, commercial. What's your game?
Resi and buy-to-let.
Buy-to-let. That's interesting.
Residential and buy-to-let. The only reason that we don't do commercial is because if you're going to do something, you have to do it properly. And the commercial space, generally, a lot of the lenders make it up as they go along. And if you're not doing it all day, every day, it's wrong to pretend to clients that you're an expert in something that you're not.
I'm going to have an offline conversation with you because I'm in the market for a commercial mortgage.